Hi, this is Martha. For some reason, I can't put this on my Heart Law Facebook page, but this will have to do on my personal page. So it's becoming coming through the news that Prince may have died without a will, without any estate plan in place, and I'm a little disturbed by that. Actually, I'm a lot disturbed by that because this is a man who had the means to hire a team to make sure that his estate was taken care of when something happened to him. Now, of course, he didn't know that something was going to happen to him. Maybe he did. Certainly, he wasn't feeling very well. But there's some news I'd like to tell you, and that is there's no such thing as an emergency estate plan. When something happens, it's too late to get anything done. And unfortunately, he didn't foresee that something could happen to him. And no one does. We never know the day or the hour. He has an estate of approximately $300 million that will always grow because he has royalties coming in. Now, he had no heirs except for a sister, no spouse, no children. His parents are gone, his grandparents are gone. He had a sister. And I believe his sister is his only heir. Now, that's under Minnesota law, so I'm not entirely sure. But what I can tell you is his estate is going to have to go through the court process known as probate. Probate is known as, and I'm not kidding about this, it is a lawsuit you file against yourself for the benefit of your creditors with your own money after you die. Now, Prince's estate surely has not so many creditors that he needs to have creditor protection that the probate system offers. His estate is going to have to go through probate wherever he owns property, and that could be in many, many places. It could be in Europe, it could be in California. I'm not sure where he owns property, but wherever he owns property, he's going to have to go through, or his estate is going to have to go through some court proceeding. And the United States government is going to collect approximately $120 million in estate tax on his estate. For every dollar over $5.46 million, 40 cents of that will go to the United States government. Now, Prince might have been totally okay with that, to pay an estate tax bill at the end of his life, but he should have had the advice and counsel of an attorney or a team of attorneys in his case to make sure that he knew what he was doing, that he was going to give over $100 million to the United States government. And that money is going to go primarily to the military. 56% of it will go to military support. Now, he may not like that. He might not have wanted that. He may have wanted something else, but it's now too late for him to make a choice. What he could have done is assembled a team to help him make sure that his money goes where he wants it to go. He could have used charitable giving to reduce his estate tax to almost nothing. So here's another little truism. Estate tax is a voluntary tax. It is primarily paid for by the middle class who fail to plan with attorneys who help them get out of that tax. It's a voluntary tax because we can give our money to the people we want when we pass away, and that's tax-free. So, little newsflash, estate tax is generally paid for by middle class. It's not paid for by the super wealthy. They get out of it because they know to plan. So most of us are in the middle class. So how do you hire an attorney? I think of hiring an attorney as like hiring a surgeon. So if you have a splinter, you can hire a general practitioner to pull your splinter out. If you got an ingrown toenail, you can hire a podiatrist. And the more complex your life is, the more complex skill you need your estate planning attorney to have. So look for somebody at the skill level that you need. Look for somebody who's a flat fee biller, you'll be able to predict their fees, so you're not worried about being in contact with them and you can have a good relationship with them. And pick someone you like, who you don't mind spending some time with, because this is a person who's going to give you a lot of education, a lot of care. Your estate planning attorney is going to be the person that you rely on for good advice. Now, it says a lot about the legal profession that someone who had the means did not hire an attorney to do this. He had plenty of means. He had more means than God to get his estate plan done, and he didn't do it. Why? I don't know. I kind of think that maybe he didn't trust his advisors. I kind of think that maybe he just didn't think it was going to happen to him. Kind of think that maybe he thought it was just too much work. Well, we're about to see what happens when we don't take care of our estates, when we don't take care of our families, and we leave them a mess to clean up. Every tradition in the world has some teaching about preparing to die. Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, all major religions teach us to be prepared, to know that if this is our last day, that everything will be okay for our families. This is part of our job as adults. This is how in our office we call it, we adulted today. By getting our affairs in order, we can approach our lives with more confidence, more care, more certainty that even if the worst happens, our families will be okay. This is the one thing we can control. There's a lot we can't control in life, but we certainly can control what happens when something happens to us by taking great care with our families, with our children, and with our resources. So take good care of yours. Be a good steward. Go find an estate planning attorney in your area that has the skill level that you need. One more word of caution. There is a difference between a probate lawyer and an estate planner. Try to figure out when you're interviewing attorneys if you're dealing with a probate lawyer who specializes in taking estates through probate after death, or if you're talking to an estate planner who tries to keep you out of the court system entirely. So they're two very different lawyers. Try to figure out what kind you're talking to. And good luck to you. Get it done so you can let it go. Bye.